Hey, welcome back. Hey, Valley, welcome back. Sorry, just letting just posting on Discord. What up, Mikey? Ball spin. No, that was crap. Hold on. What? Let's dust this off. There you go, ball spin. All right. Okay. Hold on. Yes, sir. Schema. The Alex board. Got the aged. I'll show it later. Let's continue on. So I was thinking we do Wave Riders next. But where did my... There it is. It's still running, so... This is just a pre-production unit that Alex lent to me. Okay, so far these weren't too bad to get out. Yeah, maybe let's get rid of the monkey type. And you know what? Let's open up the aperture a bit. Bamboozled, thanks for the follow. Yeah, it's gonna be great, and yeah, and then we'll do part 3 tomorrow. Yeah, this is a non-HE zone, sorry. If you want HE, you could follow this Mikey guy. He's a better source for HE. It's okay. Mikey just hasn't seen the a true high-end MX build yet. F1 is just the tip of the iceberg. Well, let me turn back on my fan. That's what I'm missing. Hey Fede, welcome back. Welcome back. All right, gotta put these Gatorons aside and the need to lube side. I also got to do my batch of Konsus, which have been sitting around for a couple months. Yeah, I haven't used my F1 in ages as well. All right, Wave Rider time. Hand's a bit tired from pulling the Gateron switches out. Yeah, that was like just over a year ago. Hey, Shiloh? Yeah, I don't know. Well, I guess maybe to save on machine time, maybe? Is why they don't integrate it into the actual main design of the board. Yeah, Fede, I don't know, like, the, like, millimeters or centimeter size of O-rings. I guess somebody could just go and measure it. Before people get it, otherwise it won't work. What? Chester said that O-rings is actually supposed to be put in between, held in by the PCB. No, that doesn't make sense either. Oh, maybe Mikey can measure the sea bass or Sabas O-ring for you to confirm. So what, you screw the posts on the underside of the PCB? What? That... No, that doesn't make sense. Especially with how the shape they were. And then why would there be screws for... Like... To me, I think I think that board was designed for HE only. And then they tried to shoehorn a way to get MX builds to work. Weesh. Good evening. But it doesn't matter now. But the board was never designed for enthusiasts, like in the higher end. So I think this year not that many vendors, maybe a handful. The economy's taking its toll on some of the vendors, unfortunately. Yeah, but then like that whole build experience needs to be strained out, Mikey, to kind of, otherwise, like, as a casual H user, to do all that work to convert to MX build is kind of quite the turnoff. Yeah. I mean, it's okay to have lots of steps to convert, but at least, like, be clear and have the right parts. Sorry, Schema good? Yeah, Schema is great, actually. It's not good, it's great. Yeah, you would like the red one. Like at this point, I'm hoping Stinga gets pushed back even further to like August. But we will see. We will see. I don't know. I don't know when Elaine will run it. Because like at one point she was like gonna do it after Gundam Haku, and Gundam Haku is still like maybe a couple weeks away before it arrives to her. Alright, so for those who were not here, I should ask Elaine to just send me, see if she can send me one to do sound tests on. But for those who weren't here earlier, there's a close look of the aged bottom. Alright, and then I got the machined copper fin. And Colette needs getting a workout. Going from not using it sitting around for a couple of years to being taken on and off the board so many times in a day. It feels a bit weird. To be honest, like it's. But the weirdest is actually the Oku with the built-in force brakes right at the screw holes. At least this one, you just feel like there's a bit of, you need to compress it a little bit more, but they give you the proper length screws, so you're never like not catching. So it's actually okay. This is GMK Kaladny. It actually goes pretty well with the aged aluminum look. Has a bit of warmth to it. QW. No, I just did it just in case. But like, there's so few like threads before for it to fully engage, and it's fine. So. Yeah, the mint is nice. Like all the color combos in are really good. Yeah, dual shot's kind of the easy out, I feel. But nothing wrong with that. Oh, jeez. It'll be good, though. All right. Here, let's cut the music. This is actually really good with Wave Riders. We'll try cilantros next, but let's do a quick sound test. All right, Wave Riders on PP plate. Wait, beat like the Zaku switches? Jeez, that's a throwback. Yeah, I'm actually surprised. Actually, this sounded better than I had in mind. What I remembered, Wave Riders sounded like. That's pretty loud. Pretty good. Pretty good. All right, hold on. Let me take a little break. I'll be right back. Yeah, no, it's the space bar is nice and clean, and it can be let you could control it, right? It's like a that's kind of how pour on gasket mounts kind of go, but it's also like it's a tactile space bar, so it has its own quirks and stuff. I find. All right, let's do. Oh, actually, one thing I keep forgetting to do. Here, let's before we do the next build. I bought a couple bowls, but I do not. As someone who likes to keep boxes, I don't like how it's a tearaway box, but it's still interesting. What is this? Oh, it comes with 2. So I guess this is their Vasa green stuff. Is this supposed to be loose like that? I think, no, we'll do this color. So this is the aged aluminum. It's a little small, but also they're not food grade, so we can't eat out of them safely, at least. And then this is the Alex colorway. Right, the classic. There we go. Actually, those 2 colors actually complement each other pretty well. So I got extra silicone. Rice wine bowl. They stack? I don't know. I don't know if I want them stacking though. I don't think they're meant to stack. Cause like, this is like a coating too, right? So. And then this one's the aged anno. More stuff to clutter my desk out. But maybe that's what the V2 of the bowls should be, is stackable bowls. Okay, let's put this here and here. Got so many. Yeah, it's okay. My trio of heavy ass coasters. Alright, let's get to the next one. What coasters are these? These are NRD coasters. So this one actually originally came with the orange badge, but I put the orange badge to go with Kaiju. Alright, so I got this one red and brass to match my Kohaku. And then a PC and copper one. Freaking heavy ass. I think it's been a while since we did a coaster buy again. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember when I got this holographic one, but I got like the regular one and then a bunch of holographic ones. Is it still being built, Misty? Your new desk? Alright, let's now go full HMX clack with some cilantros. Like, how many people did it take to move that? All right. Yeah, not gonna lie, when I picked up my desk, and I didn't have anybody helping me, so it was just me. I definitely pulled something. More just because it was awkward. But I think after this build, I'm gonna go and try to fix my Zoku backspace. Yeah, it wasn't really the weight. It was just more the awkwardness of handling such a big piece of material. All right. No, the Zoku is fine. It's just the backspace stab was a little sluggish. And I've been hesitant on recording a sound test with that config because of the backspace. So I'll just use one of my spare Duroc V2s. Which should solve the issue. Yeah, the good old days. The Duroc and Cherry were the only two. At least the only two good stabs. I haven't tried those, but I usually just stick to what I know will work. So I still have like 3 sets of Duroc V2s for backup. I got like 3 sets of Cherries for backup. And then just been using Knight V3s. But yeah, like there's been a handful of times the Knight V3, like some of the 2Us I had to swap out to Durocs. Just because they weren't liking the some of the short space bars on Ergos. thinking, do we want to stick with Gladney? Or get another key set to see how it looks unaged? Why did I put that in there? Yeah, I still have yet to make the switch to V4s, so... And I just re-upped my Knight V3 inventory, so I should be good till at least the fall. No, I didn't buy anything. I thought about it, and then by the time I went back, the sets I wanted were sold out, so that made my life easier. Also, I know Nav's not here, but congrats to him. But he, before, I guess, right before the baby, he, like, kind of splurged a bit and treated himself to a bunch of GMK, so... I think it was a boy. I don't know. That's a good question. I didn't really. Maybe Mikey and. Oh, you bought your Encore. Jeez. I don't know. Does anybody know if Nav confirmed gender? Yeah, so we'll just let it be. But then now Oblotsky's having a sale again. I'm surprised some of the US vendors didn't have bigger sales for 4th of July. But I guess the next big one would probably be the end of summer Labor Day sale. That is a chunky... Well, actually, I don't know. For the size of that, if that is... It's also based on, like, thickness. I definitely probably would have died if I had to carry 250 pounds upstairs. 3 centimeters, that's like what, inch and a quarter? Yeah, that's why I just... For budget reasons, I just went, I got IKEA. Shit, what time is... All right. Currently my glare is the MX Blacks. I think Stinga's, I don't know, usually anywhere from between 1 and 200 units per color, maybe on the first run. No, I was running a plateless. Another ball spin? Sure. Here, turn on. Here, make sure you get the full. What was it? Let's do one more. There will be many runs soon. What? I mean, it'll probably be like at least another. Yeah, the last one you typed on was the MX Black plateless. I mean, if it's like anything else with Elaine, I think there's going to be this round, and then probably in a year there'll be another round. Maybe depends what she's doing. Yeah, I remember seeing Porky selling his. I don't know if he already did. I don't know. Can never have enough screw trays around. Hybrid glides and what? MX Flex one run now. Hybrid glides, MX2As. Oh, hybrid glides are the previous generation. So MX2A is the most current version. So there have been slight improvements on MX2As over Hyperglides, in that there's slightly reduced scratch. I mean, it depends how much scratch you want, but Hyperglides, a lot of people I think feel that they still need a lot of break-in. Yeah, like either version you need to do all the regular mods, but the way I look at it is MX2A is like a lightly broken in Hyperglide. So like think if like a Hyperglide was broken in for like 250k or 500k, and then that's how you get to MX2A, I feel. Yeah, don't ever buy pre-lubed cherries. Always buy them unlubed. Whoops. Sorry about that. Not bad, not bad. Hey Rufus. Happy 4th of July. Yeah, I think the Cilantro Space Rider is more linear sounding than the Wave Riders. But I think it's like the light tactile versus medium. I think Wave Riders are considered, let's see. Yeah, I think it's, yeah, Wave Riders probably I would consider medium tactile, and then Cilantros are light tactile, super clacky. All right. All right. Cilantros on PP plates in the schema. I don't know. I think it's, well, yeah, it's not as light as like MX Brown, but it's just because the bump on it is so early. Yeah, the ACO / HMX Cilantros. I don't know. Maybe just regular. They're in between. They're not as like they're not a heavy tactile for sure. Yeah, it's medium. Yeah. It's been a while since I deal with a lot of tactiles, so they're lighter than the Wave Riders to me, at least. Did you end up getting some more Evil Pot? What? What do you mean you named you one? What? There's a new brand or sub brand? Oh, the Echoes line. Yeah, well, Echoes has been doing collab for a while. Hey, Alex. Yeah, this is the age unit. Here, let's do a close up. So I don't know if you can see any of the slight texture, but the top isn't as textured as the bottom piece. Right. Aged with the machine copper bottom. Yeah, it's really nice. It's actually Bull and Alex did it again. Alright, and then just ran through like I don't even know how many switches now. 1, 2, 3, 5 different switches, and all of them sound really good in their own way. And so this board is actually, you know, very versatile and flexible in sound profile. Definitely a well-designed board. Well, I think once Bull has cracked the plate design, everything else kind of just goes together in terms of how they want it to end up looking. All right. Let's where is my Zoku? Let me grab my Zoku. Let's see if we can fix it tonight. There. So there's the right. So with that little bit of engraving there for the branding, and the bottom. Yeah. Especially the way they did the fluting on it, because it's like it's a nice touch. It's a good way to break up the design a bit to give it a little bit of, I don't know, detail. All right. This backspace is still weird. Yeah, I have my Manta out still. Ugh. Gotta clean it again. There's some weird patina going on already. Whose fingerprints from the meetup? So yeah, Manta is much more sculpted fin. I'd probably go Manta. The fin is more interesting when it's sculpted like that. Like it has more definition in it. Although I wish the fin was clear coated. Well, the 65% version of the Schema is the Manta, basically. Well, let me fix the Zoku, and then maybe if I have any more energy left, we'll put cilantros in the Manta as well. But they're two different mounting styles, though, so it's kind of not a apples to apples comparison. Yeah, it's a different like feel with the all straight lines versus some of the sculpted curves of the Manta. Like, the one thing I like about the Manta is the fin itself. And, like, how the lines came out on that fin. Even this is, like, doing some weird patina. I gotta go through it with the brass all again, I think. But, like, the Manta, there's just this line. I like the sharpness of it and the contour. I don't know. I don't like how random patina is sometimes, so that's why I'm just gonna leave it clean. All right, time to pull everything off. Yo, Sloth, what's up? Yeah, I'm okay. Just finished running a couple builds on the schema. Now we're just gonna try to fix the. I gotta swap out the stab, backspace stab on this PCB and Zoku to see if that fixes the sluggish return I'm getting. But how are things going with you? Where were you earlier? Another broken Subaru? Yeah, I hear ya. My work's been busy because summer's when people take their vacation. Were they supposed to have a weekend sale? I don't know. All right. Well, that's weird. How did that come out? Fuck you. Alright, let's just put that there for now. How is that broken? Besides, it's not a fish. You don't want this. All right. All right, let's see if this solves the issue. Much better. No, nobody said that, Mikey. No. Okay. Wow, wow. Aren't you supposed to go for Beloved since you like pink? And then Mikey missed his opportunity, so you snooze, you lose. And you ended up with neither. So, it's okay. It's because I have plans. Yeah, it is that time for property taxes. Nah, don't really care anymore. At the end of the day, it's, you know, I made it work out, and it is. But then, you know, then when I actually got to try it and then saw what happened on Alex's stream, yeah, it's unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Very pretty board, though. You should at least... No, we all skipped. We all skipped Yari. It's unfortunate. Yeah, I think, like, you know, it's obviously not going to be as versatile as, like, better boards, but you could force, you know, use a strong switch to carry it, but I should tell Elaine to find a way to redesign this thing so that it cannot. Actually, you probably can't use the any HE boards on it though, because there's gonna be special cutouts for the internal screws. 1K USD for Beloved is like, it's a little high. Oh wait, with the extra weight, it's not too bad. If actually. Not everything has to be HE, okay? Please. Just stop. A board that's designed to sound a certain way, and you guys want to go and ruin it. It's like buying a Ferrari and putting a Corolla engine in it. Just because you could doesn't mean you should. Yeah, just because I'm lazy. It started as being lazy and not wanting to do the extra stab for the split right shift. And I actually like the look of it. And that way it's like one to save the stab, and then it's a little more consistency across my other boards for a shorter right shift. Yeah, but you don't buy this thing for gaming. It's like buying a V12 Lamborghini for fuel efficiency. Like, come on, guys. Like, some things can just be the way it's designed for. Just let it go, guys. Like, it's like the designer never intended it to be used for HE. You guys are just shoehorning it in just because. Why? And then it's like, it's like a little bit disrespectful to the designer. Just saying. No, untime him out. What is what? That board? What? Sinister, what are you asking? Oh, the one I'm working on is my Zoku. That is the know your role situation. What's up? What's up, Reyes? Good evening. Yeah, Zoku. Zoku. I'm just gonna bring all the fish again. There's gonna be no more room for for me to bring boards, so. But it'd be cool to finally meet Jeff and Bull, Charlie, and I think Rufus is coming too, right? Rufus, you still here? What day are you arriving, Rufus? Like, yeah, Jeff is coming up. It's almost kind of good that it's not fully packed. Get actually more time to chill and hang out. What am I doing with this? Ugh, running out of space. Ugh. Florida. Have a good time in Florida. The cat cafe. Nice. They have a cat cafe down there. Interesting. Well, it's either that or Rufus is just bringing a lot of cats with him to a random cafe. Yeah, the Turkish cat scene or the cat island in Japan. I think there used to be one cat cafe, or there might still be one in Richmond Hill, like on East Beaver Creek or something. I feel like. Oh, Scarborough now. Right. $20 an hour. Yeah, like I hope you at least get something like a drink included at $20. Much better. The seam is right here, bro. You're like an hour and 40 minutes late on top of the earlier stream. But happy 4th of July, and it's... Never. This channel is an HE free zone. I'll let you talk about it, but we will not be doing it for the foreseeable future. What am I doing here? QW. The spider's been stuck in your desk from it. I don't know. Sometimes you just gotta maybe buy a new Switch to kind of refresh another board. Give yourself an excuse to work on another board. Selling it is a solution. Yeah, usually when new stuff comes in, that's when I will rotate, or less so lately, but that's usually how I do it, is something new comes in, or then that's when I'll swap it out. But I already have a couple really girly pink boards. I mean, if anything, actually, Shiloh has a lot of... is really also into pink. The problem is there isn't too many good pink keycap sets. But I definitely need a 60 and a TKL in pink. You can't take the spider out? I don't know, maybe you need like a exterminator. Scroll in the middle. Print. Yeah, it's a good time to pick up backups if it's one of your favorite sets. Alright, much better. Your OBS will probably need to be updated. But I think I'm just gonna pick up the Latin Analog Dreams. Oh, the scenes and stuff will still work. They never overwrite that unless you like uninstall. All right. Ah man, Latin base is where it's at. Yeah, all the QBD fan colors are pretty good, generally. They've stepped up their Anno game. They've always been pretty good for the last few generations. I think the main thing with Analog Dreams is I find the group buy is a bit short. And I was hoping it would have ran later in July and bleed more into August, but it is what it is. No, I think Novelty's already committed to a certain quantity. That's why it's labeled as a pre-order and not a group buy. And also why the price is a little bit like that. Obviously not as much as Masterpiece for some odd reason. I guess they feel like there's that popularity for a pure katakana set to commit 2,000 units for, but I would have committed a little bit more, or split it between the Latin at least. But Analog Dreams will come back. Now the GMK is more active. It just might be a year or two. Alright, this one is done. Alright. Yeah, like what's... We need Noir R2. That's what we really need. But I don't think there's much... Like, I already skipped Pandemonium. Let's see. I just did the TA Neo. Oh, there's still Distortion. That's the thing though, like, you guys weren't here when there was like a couple years ago when Novelties still had stock of Analog Dreams R2 that they had to clear out on sale. Like, they didn't even sell it of the R2. Exactly, and like... Because I think the market is still a bit soft. Well, Digital Nightmares was even longer. But even the regular analog, regular base was... They had for a little bit. Now, Digital Nightmares you get cheap off it, like aftermarket. Yeah, exactly. Bento's still around. There still is. What? Digital Nightmares, you've seen them down for like in the 100, 120 range. You're just not looking the right places, Mikey. I'm talking USD, by the way. But yeah, I think that's... You can easily get like... Yeah, but 100 to 120 USD is not 200 Canadian yet. Okay, the exchange rate is not that bad yet. Exactly. But there are like few people listing it on Mech Market for relatively low, because there's so many of them out in the wild. Like, just set up the Mech Market bot, and then you'll be fine. All right, glad that fixed that. Yeah, the Mech Market Discord has its own tracker bot that you could just DM it and then some commands and it'll keep... Like, they added that a few months ago. Oh, okay. Oh man, alright. It's getting late. Shit. We'll do that tomorrow, Mikey. It's we'll do that tomorrow. Here, let's go on Reddit. Mech Market, yo, digital. Like, some guy's still selling Digital Nightmares in a bag for 110 US. Like new. From 2 weeks ago. I think he still probably has it. You probably lowball him for 100 or something. There's a sealed one for 150 US. And just set up the bot. Anyways, is there anybody to raid? Okay, let's raid Yukina. But thanks for hanging out again today on the part 2 of the stream. So tomorrow, are you gonna do a late night stream? I'll wait if you wanna. The return of Shiloh stream. Thanks, Fede. Oh wait, you're up pretty late, aren't you? Yeah, no worries, no worries. Well, I'll be back tomorrow, early evening, late afternoon again, for the last round. I just got some stuff to do in the afternoon. But let me know when you're Is it working? Let's see. Refresh. Yeah, you're on. Okay. Let's send you over there. Alright, guys. I'll see you guys on Discord, but have a good night. Thanks again. Well, one way to find out. In 3, 2, 1, and raid.